bunch of churches said to
Yeah, atheists are winning a war against Christmas.
Up there because we're banning all of it. We're banning the
and that's all the atheists want is nothing.
Yeah, they believe in nothing.
Everybody.
How come they won't leave people alone like people have Christmas with the children?
We can't have
because they don't have any children.
And they don't have anything to do. So they screw with other people and meddle.
So it's disruptive, and then so who's suing? Who's taking it in?
Well,
Somebody
this
smart.
is actually pretty interesting because you've got a couple of groups here that are aligned together. You have the Santa Monica
That's
Police
Gavin
Department
McLeod's
Association
wife.
and the
Gavin-
His
Nativity
ex-wife,
Committee
yeah, she was
who
the
are
first.
trying to keep
Wait,
this
no, he was on
nativity
a
scene
lawsuit,
open.
so it's a
They're
different
No.
Gavin.
23
Newsom.
Newsom.
They're
And
saying,
a former
"Let us
mayor of
put
San
up our display.
Francisco.
This is
She
infringing
couldn't
our
stand
rights.
San
We're not
Francisco.
trying to
She
say
ran
someone
in
else
New
shouldn't put
York.
up a display, but why are we being...
So they're actually suing the
She
Santa
was in a
Monica City
solar
Council.
house. She said it was a
saying, "You
nightmare.
can't
It was
keep
always
us out of there
cold."
because we'll have the atheist stuff. We're not objecting to that."
Exactly. They said, just let us do what we've been doing here. We're not hurting anyone. We're not
They're going to win
infringing.
that, right?
They're not going to win.
They're gonna lose.
They're not going to win. They're not going to win it because the judge said yesterday. The judge said, "Look, as long as you, City Council, ban everything, any seasonal display, then that's
So
okay."
what the City
terrible.
Council
They're
then,
taking
and by
away
the way,
all
this
the
is gonna
fun
be,
in life.
further heard on December 3rd. City Council could ban Christmas caroling now.
Yes.
You say you can't Christmas carol.
Absolutely.
We'll arrest you if you
Anything
do.
on a public place.
That's
It's
not right.
ridiculous.
That's not freedom of speech. That's
It's
not
not.
right.
The First Amendment, as long as they ban everything legally.
So in Santa Monica, we're banning everything. You can't speak.
And this was a scene that had been displayed for 60 years. I mean, it's very sad.
Okay.
It is sad.
But I
It's
don't think
ludicrous.
they're going to win. I think that the judge is going to change his opinion because of freedom of speech grounds. All right. Now, in California, again, the ACLU of Northern California objects to convicted sex offenders having restrictions on the internet, correct?
Right. Well, here's the problem. When you are convicted as a sex
She
offender,
was
you
a
commit a crime,
prosecutor.
whether it's against a child or an adult, that sex offender registration is required under 290, right? Where you have to tell
In
them.
California.
Exactly.
Right.
You have to tell them, you say, look, I'm moving to this location in
Here I
this
am.
spot, report it. Now, the new law that came in, Proposition 35, said, hey, we want to know your email, domain name, etc., so we can keep track of you on the internet. This is not publicly posted information. It would just be for the sex offender registry versus the list I can look up when I go home on a computer and see if
All right, so
anybody's
the new
moved
law
on
says
my law.
it requires sex offenders to give the state
What do you think about this?
information about the internet.
It says
It's more imposing more restrictions on sex offenders. Absolutely. Anything to keep them the possibility of being in there, well, or as a kids, or anybody, I guess.
But what they want to come on the
Convicted sex
internet?
offenders about their Facebook thing or their password.
It happened in Colorado. The law passed.
So you think this is
I think this will be upheld.
This will be the law will be okay. Do you agree with
You
that?
know what, Greg?
Look, I just think this is outrageous. As a prosecutor who did these cases, how is it so intrusive or violent of your First Amendment or equal protection, 14th Amendment rights when you already have to provide your home address and that's on display? You shouldn't have a right
Well, here's the solution.
run wild on the internet.
That's what I
Every sex
wanted to
offender,
say.
convicted sex offender in California, should be forced to move to Santa Monica, who then ban all speech of any kind or all correspondence. That's all. Two problems. I know. I'm a legal genius.
Yeah, see, this would be like old O'Reilly. It's not as interesting show. I really, it just wasn't.
This is not interesting.
No, the whole thing, it's. That's what I like. What we're going to get to Sean, and you're going to get to some nitty gritty,
This
like
is
Israel's
a good
being
show.
attacked.
It's like he's dealing with, ridiculousness that goes on in his stupid, courts. You know what Greg Gutfeld said about the naked people in San Francisco? That is no different than if a man exposes himself on the subway. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Well, I got, having seen it,
Yeah.
it's
repulsive.
appalling, and it's
disgusting.
It's sort of I think of it emotionally, like if I'm watching somebody barf, I want to turn away.
It's like put your clothes on.
Yeah. I mean it's offensive.
It is.
It's disgusting. I mean, human bodies are only, frankly, to me, appealing under certain circumstances.
When you're having sex.
Well, sex, or maybe a nude model, being painted or something, that. But most time, man, clothe them up, because that's why it has no hair. Why human bodies are naked, because they need clothing, We're not designed to walk around looking like that.
And the secondhand smoke, dope. Secondhand smoke is supposed to be so bad, right? So now they're legalizing marijuana, and you gotta breathe secondhand dope smoke.
I wish you all a nice Thanksgiving, and I say y'all because Miller and I will be spending this coming weekend in Texas.
Oh, maybe that's why he was talking to
there for 2 years in Dallas. But you can check us out in Houston. Some tickets remain for the early show on Saturday at the Hobby Center.
I'd love to see that show.
Rachel Apicelli, Fayetteville, New York. Bill, your talking points about voting for entitlements was excellent. You have a right to be angry with the Washington Post and other liberal media, which you're not telling us the truth. Yeah. Warren Adamson, Ontario, Canada. O'Reilly, congratulations on calling out the Post for its dishonest and erroneous personal attack on you. Send your twin brother up here to deal with our media.
In Canada.
Gene Gasca, Shelbyana, Kentucky. Bill, your talking points reminded me of Benjamin Franklin, who said, quote, "When the people find they can vote themselves money, that will herald the end of the republic."
That's right.
Jack DeSantos, Nanny Wet, New York. Hard work is not honored as it once was. People are no longer ashamed to accept handouts.
That's true.
Folks are no longer ashamed of a lot of things, Jack.
Yeah, that's true.
Meredith Copley, Springfield, Virginia. Bill, you need to simmer down. Both Mary Catherine and Juan are smart analysts, and we'd like to hear what they have to say. You were grumpy. First of all, I have to check with Miss Megan Kelly to see if it's okay for you to tell me to simmer down, Meredith. Miss Megan's an expert in the law. Also, I wasn't grumpy. I was frustrated because both of them would not answer a very simple direct question.
That's true. Remember that?
What were lower-income people voting for?
Yeah.
Linda,
they were voting for Obama to give them $10 more of food stamps.
Lower income voters want about Obamacare. Alexandra O'Connor.
Everybody knows that, whether they admit it or not.
In your response to Jon Stewart, insert white. Beyond foolish, Alexandra, beyond foolish. Many non-white people hold traditional values.
That's right.
Marty
Hispanics, a lot of them have traditional
Catholics. Kennedy.
Yeah.
Strong Catholic. She's smart. She got it free with the BillO'Reilly.com premiumship membership. So now I have two gifts. One of our best deals ever. Father Peter, Stanley the
There's so many books I want.
O'Reilly, I can't get Killing Lincoln or Killing Kennedy here.
I told you I ordered.
Well, since I covered the Falklands War, Father, I'm
sneezing a greasy baby since Abigail for Christmas. I told you that. I did. I told you. From Amazon.com.
That's right, and you were wrong. General Petraeus is now a civilian and has nothing to do with the military.
I thought that was true.
Love this. I live for this. I live for this. You, Warren, and the D-Man are both wrong. Since General Petraeus is on the books with a very big pension, he is under the military code.
Is that right?
Look it up. He had to resign after admitting to the affair.
And he lied.
You are getting any money from the military, pensions, anything like that.
You've got a very short husband.
Yeah,
you're short.
So finally, I have the factor tip of the day. And this goes back to the Talking Points memo about the entitlement society, about Americans wanting stuff. You've got to teach your kids, teach them to be self-reliant. They're not born that way.
Yeah,
so here's the tip. If you have a child or grandchild, 10 years and older, open a bank account for them and give them some cash for the holidays. That is deposited in said account. They will get a statement every month in the mail. They might get a checkbook. And believe me, they will pay attention and learn the basics of managing money.
That's what my uncle did for my sister.
Asking for handouts from you.
Yeah.
Self-reliance for the kids. Open a bank account.
I did try to impose one thing on the family, and you didn't go for it. And I didn't disagree with you because of the poverty I felt that compensated. I thought the kids should have allowances.
Yeah.
And
I don't see why you give them money for nothing.
No, but they would get money totally whatever they wanted.
They did get allowances. You gave Sing $5 a week, which I thought was a fortune. They got allowances. Sing got allowance. You gave him $5 a week.
I did?
You did.
I didn't remember.
Because he went to the store and stuff.
Oh.
Before our time runs, I want to say Petraeus lied. When he first testified, he said it was about the video riot. The second time he said
Middle East appears to be
Second time he
premature
said
tonight.
what?
It was
Israelis continue
the
to rock
terrorists.
the Gaza Strip
So he
and
lied the
Israel.
first time.
Welcome to Hannity. I'm Tucker.